Constipation is a common problem that's generally defined as having less than 3 bowel movements per week. In fact, as many as 27% of adults experience it and its accompanying symptoms, such as bloating and gas. The older or more physically inactive you get, the more likely you are to experience it. Some foods can help relieve or reduce the risk of constipation, while others can make it worse. Hi, Joshua here. What's your name? Well, I can't really hear it. Just comment it down below under the video given to you by the Stomach Help channel. Let's get on with your stomach. 1. Alcohol. Alcohol is frequently mentioned as a likely cause of constipation. That's because if you drink alcohol in large amounts, it can increase the amount of fluids lost through your urine, causing dehydration. Poor hydration, either due to not drinking enough water or losing too much of it through urine, is often linked to an increased risk of constipation. Unfortunately, no studies could be found on the direct link between alcohol consumption and constipation. Moreover, some people report experiencing diarrhea rather than constipation after a night out drinking. It is possible that effects vary from person to person. Those wanting to counteract the potentially dehydrating and constipating effects of alcohol should try to offset each serving of alcohol with a glass of water or another non-alcoholic beverage. Summary: alcohol, especially when consumed in large amounts, can have a dehydrating effect that may increase the risk of constipation. Effects may vary from person to person, and more studies are needed before strong conclusions can be made. 2. Gluten-containing foods. Gluten is a protein found in grains like wheat, barley, rye, spelt, kamut, and triticale. Some people may experience constipation when they eat foods that contain gluten. Also, some people are intolerant to gluten. This is a condition known as gluten intolerance or celiac disease. When someone with celiac disease consumes gluten, their immune system attacks their gut, severely harming it. For this reason, individuals with this disease must follow a gluten-free diet. In most countries, an estimated 0.5 to 1% of people have celiac disease, but many may not be aware of it. Chronic constipation is one of the common symptoms. Avoiding gluten can help relieve and heal the gut. Non-celiac gluten sensitivity, NCGS, and irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, are 2 other instances in which a person's gut may react to wheat. Individuals with these medical conditions aren't intolerant to gluten, but appear to be sensitive to wheat and other grains. If you suspect gluten is causing your constipation, make sure to speak to your healthcare professional to rule out celiac disease before cutting gluten from your diet. This is important, as gluten needs to be in your diet for the test for celiac disease to work properly. If you've ruled out celiac disease, you may want to experiment with consuming different levels of gluten to evaluate its effects on you. Summary: individuals with celiac disease, NCGS or IBS, may be more likely to experience constipation as a result of consuming gluten or wheat. 3. Processed grains. Processed grains and their products, such as white bread, white rice, and white pasta, are lower in fiber and may be more constipating than whole grains. That's because the bran and germ parts of the grain are removed during processing. In particular, the bran contains fiber, a nutrient that adds bulk to stool and helps it move along. Many studies have linked a higher fiber intake to a lower risk of constipation. In fact, a recent study reported a 1.8% lower likelihood of constipation for every additional gram of fiber consumed per day. Therefore, people experiencing constipation may benefit from gradually reducing their intake of processed grains and replacing them with whole grains. Although extra fiber is beneficial for most people, some people experience the opposite effect. For them, extra fiber may worsen constipation rather than relieve it. If you are constipated and already consuming a lot of fiber-rich whole grains, adding more fiber to your diet is unlikely to help. In some cases, it may even make the problem worse. If this is the case for you, try gradually reducing your daily intake of fiber to see if this provides some relief. Summary: processed grains and their products, such as white rice, white pasta, and white bread, contain less fiber than whole grains, making them generally more constipating. On the other hand, some people find that consuming less fiber helps relieve constipation. 4. Milk and dairy products. Dairy appears to be another common cause of constipation, at least for some people. Infants, toddlers, and children appear particularly at risk, possibly due to a sensitivity to the proteins found in cow's milk. A review of studies conducted over a 26-year period found that some children with chronic constipation experienced improvements when they stopped consuming cow's milk. In a recent study, children aged 1 to 12 with chronic constipation drank cow's milk for a period of time. The cow's milk was then replaced by soy milk for a subsequent period of time. 9 of the 13 children in the study experienced constipation relief when cow's milk was replaced by soy milk. There are many anecdotal reports of similar experiences in adults. However, little scientific support could be found, since most studies examining these effects are focused on children, not older populations. It's worth noting that those who are lactose intolerant may experience diarrhea, rather than constipation, after consuming dairy. Summary: dairy products may cause constipation in some individuals. This effect is most common in those who are sensitive to the proteins found in cow's milk. What would you think about these? Have you experienced this or tried some? Comment down below your experiences. And if you think these are useful, a like and subscribe would be really awesome for the growth of my channel. And also, don't forget about the bell icon below. Let's get it on. 5. Red meat. Red meat may worsen constipation for 3 main reasons. First, it contains little fiber, which adds bulk to stools and helps them move along. Second, red meat may also indirectly reduce a person's total daily fiber intake by taking the place of higher fiber options in the diet. This is especially true if you fill up on a large portion of meat during a meal, reducing the amount of fiber-rich vegetables, legumes, and whole grains you can eat in the same sitting. This scenario would lead to an overall lower daily fiber intake, potentially increasing the risk of constipation. Furthermore, unlike other types of meat, such as poultry and fish, red meat generally contains higher amounts of fat, and high-fat foods take longer for the body to digest. In some cases, this may increase the likelihood of constipation even further. Those with constipation may benefit from replacing the red meat in their diet with protein and fiber-rich alternatives such as beans, lentils, and peas. Summary: red meat is generally high in fat and low in fiber, a nutrient combination that may increase the risk of constipation. If you let red meat replace fiber-rich foods in your diet, it can increase the risk even further. We'll send you the latest on using herbs, supplements, yoga, and more to help you manage your health with natural remedies. 6. Fried or fast foods. Eating large or frequent portions of fried or fast foods may also increase the risk of constipation. That's because these foods tend to be high in fat and low in fiber, a combination that can slow digestion in the same way that red meat does. Fast food snacks like chips, cookies, chocolate, and ice cream may also replace more fiber-rich snack options, such as fruits and vegetables, in a person's diet. This can further increase the likelihood of constipation by reducing the total amount of fiber consumed per day. Interestingly, many people believe chocolate is one of the main causes of their constipation. Furthermore, fried and fast foods tend to contain large amounts of salt, which can lower the water content of stool, drying it up and making it harder to push through the body. This happens when you eat too much salt, as your body sucks up water from your intestines to help compensate for the extra salt in your bloodstream. This is one way your body works to bring its salt concentration back to normal, but unfortunately, it can lead to constipation. Summary: fried and fast foods are low in fiber and high in fat and salt. These characteristics may slow digestion and increase the likelihood of constipation. 7. Persimmons. Persimmons are a popular fruit from Eastern Asia that may be constipating for some people. Several varieties exist, but most can be categorized as either sweet or astringent. In particular, astringent persimmons contain a large amount of tannins, a compound thought to reduce gut secretions and contractions, slowing down bowel movements. For this reason, people experiencing constipation should avoid consuming too many persimmons, especially astringent varieties. Summary: persimmons contain tannins, a type of compound that may promote constipation by slowing digestion. This may be particularly true for astringent varieties of the fruit. Well, if you have constipation, I may suggest that you take Miralax. It's not sponsored or anything. I just have an affiliate link here, meaning that if you buy Miralax with the link I put out in the comments or description, I earn a percentage. Miralax is a constipation relief medicine that doesn't cause any side effects. It works instantly. Just look at the 16,500 5-star ratings on Amazon. You don't need to ingest it directly. You can put it on anything: water, juice, food, etc. And this version of Miralax has 4 to 5 doses on each pack. What do you think about these information? Do you think it's useful? If it is, support this channel by giving it a like and subscribe. And also don't forget to click the notification bell for more interesting facts like these.